Good evening once again, Weather Watchers. Well, guess what? With such weak pressure systems and light winds operating currently, I bet tonight's background will be poles apart from conditions operating anywhere in Queensland. What do you reckon? Certainly not at the Harbour Beach. Now, the current Southern Oscillation Index of plus 22, OK? That's well above the threshold of a La Nina situation. What's that mean? Well, continuing above average rainfall probably for the next 3 to 4 months at least, which I reckon is pretty good news. Remember all those drought years? I bet you do. Right, not a lot of rain to report this morning, so till 9, so we'll have a look at temperatures through the region. A warm 32 for Clermont, St Lawrence 31, by gee 34, look at that at Moranbah, Mackay 29. But not bad, but oh gee, it was an oppressive day with very, very high humidity. The best rain till 9 o'clock this morning, Roma Peak, that's upstream from Bowen, 22 millimetres, Youngler Dam 18. Till 3 p.m. Sutherland, that's southeast of Collinsville, 6 millimetres. Now Eatonvale on the Don River, they scored 50 millimetres between 2 and 4 o'clock this afternoon in a good thunder bumper. Current conditions in the city of Mackay, very warm. It's not a very pleasant afternoon, so if you've just mowed the lawn, get in the shower and enjoy a cold drink. Look at the humidity, 89%. Our first sequence of satellites shows basically little activity because the sequence finishes around about 1 o'clock this afternoon. Whoever drew this line in here doesn't know what they're talking about. There's no way that monsoon trough arcs down into that weak low there, so ignore that. Queensland at 3 o'clock this afternoon. You can see the orange blobs here. That's indicative of thunderstorm activity. A little place there just near Mount Elliott on the Guru side, south of Townsville. 80 millimetres this afternoon in about 1.5 hours and a good storm. Right, I'm on to the chart. Look at the slack pressure gradient, which means light winds. The monsoon trough is certainly evident up through Torres Strait, but not east of Mackay. It'll be very, very humid conditions, fine most of the time. This will hold for the rest of the week. Just a few showers inland by afternoon and 1 or 2 thunderstorms. But the winds that push those storms, the steering winds, are very, very light. So if you happen to be under a storm, you probably get some good falls. Now, the forecast for the local area, flood warning is current for the Fitzroy River Basin. Well, that's way out of the local area, but mostly fine and muggy, isolated showers and storms, chiefly inland by afternoon or evening, and similar for Thursday. A similar outlook or forecast for the Central Highlands and coalfields, very, very muggy with afternoon or evening shower or storm activity, and a similar situation up to and including Saturday. Maritime observations, 3 o'clock this afternoon, Mackay east at 9. Reasonable conditions on the water, basically southeast to east winds of 10 to 15 knots, maybe northeast inshore by afternoon. A quick look at tidal information for tomorrow. Sun up tomorrow for Mackay should be at 5:16, and a couple of summary points puts me out of time, but muggy is the word. That's it for the weather. Now it's back to Sam.
Thanks, Pete. We'll leave you tonight with some of the homes in this year's Daily Mercury Christmas Lights competition. From all the team, have a great night and join us tomorrow night for the best hour of news from 6. Good night.
Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation from Win Television, Australia's largest commercial television network.